Hey, what's up YouTube? Acclaim here, making my long-awaited return to YouTube after only, what, a week of hiatus? So yeah, it's been a really long time, you know. Yeah, it's pretty comparable to the Guns N' Roses breakup and then reunion. You know, people have been asking for me for years and years, even though I was only gone for a span of 7 days. You know, it's really crazy. I personally think that I'm going to draw huge on my next big tour. And today, we're going to be playing some good old Overwatch, you know. I think my last 4 videos have been Overwatch, so don't worry, I promise I'm going to have some League of Legends content up here soon for you. Maybe even some Rocket League, because I've started to play that game a little bit lately, and I'm really enjoying it. I like what they got going on over there. I really think they have something. And this game serves as a prime, like prime fucking steak example of why you need to protect your Mercy. Like, if you want to have Mercy, then protect the damn Mercy. Because, well, I just let the gameplay do the talking, but as you see here, this Roadhog, just want to give a shout out to him. He was a fucking monster this whole game. And pretty much, you know, it's always good to, like, honor and give a shout out to the players who really help you out. But I'm going to honor myself this game because I was the fucking healer. And I started out as Reinhardt. But I noticed, hey, we need a healer. And somebody else went tank, so I was like, you know what, since somebody else went tank, I'll go healer. I'll be a team player. Just this once. And today, what I want to talk about is the biggest event in video games each year. E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. Held in, what is it, Los Angeles? Los Angeles, San Diego. No, Comic-Con, San Diego. It's held out in California. That's all you need to know. It's over there with the, you know, with all the liberals and the Mexicans and the movie stars. It's good. It's a good place, I think. I don't know. I've never been there. But there were a fuck ton of games I want to talk about in my trademark satirical way, so without further ado, let's jump right into them. And first, let's look at Sony. Now, I believe Sony had probably the best press conference out of the three between Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft. Because first, you know, Sony, one of their big exclusives they had was a new Spider-Man game developed by Insomniac, the legends who brought us, like, you know, Ratchet and Clank and Spyro. So you know their games are going to be good. And of course, you know, by developing a Spider-Man game, they've played right into Marvel's plans of world domination. And when Disney becomes the new overlords and eventually overthrows the governments of the world and takes over the UN, Sony will be spared because they helped this plan along by creating another game to have us buy into the Marvel heroes and villains and more or less sell off our lives to the big House of Mouse. So there you go. Sony, thinking ahead there. I like that. That's why they're beating Microsoft in this console war. They're planning ahead for pretty much anything. Hostile takeovers and used games takeovers. There we go. And then next is Days Gone By. Now, this is a really fresh concept. When I looked at this game, I was like, holy fuck, I've never seen this before, right? Zombie apocalypse. Whoa. Post-apocalyptic world. After the zombie apocalypse, there's this, like, brooding protagonist, right? And he lost somebody in the apocalypse. I was like, wow. That is truly inspired and inspiring. It's a fresh concept. I can't wait to get my hands on that. It's a first-person shooter, too. I was just like, holy shit. I honestly don't know how, like, it got the green light. I guess in this day and age of indie games and, you know, game innovation, they said, you know what, we're gonna try this. It's something new. People have never seen it before. Like, you know, they tried that Walking Dead game or that Dead Rising game or that Left 4 Dead game or of the ever 50 fucking zombie games. But you know what, this game, we're gonna go with this. This is something new. I think people want this. And in turn, an actual new concept was Detroit Become Human. Now, in this game, you play in Detroit, and Detroit in this game is a shithole, so they must have gone out to Detroit themselves, the game devs, and took it all in because it looked like a shithole, like, you know, in the game trailer, and it looked like a shithole today, too. Now, you play an android named Connor, and you're more or less playing LA Noire style. You have to investigate crime scenes and shit in an attempt to make other androids not throw little girls off the roofs of buildings. Now, I don't know where that type of gameplay element came from. Like, maybe I don't like little girls. Maybe I want that android to throw them off the roof of the building. Or, you know, maybe I just want to team up with that android and, you know, kill all the humans. I don't know if that's an option, though. But they did show off a lot of other different options that change with the way you play the game. Like, you can investigate and find XYZ. Or you can do this and that. You can hold up a gun and he'll be like, hey, put that gun down. And you can be like, LOL, no, and then you can shoot him. Because that's how the cool kids do it. And then in the end, the android will probably get shot, because, you know, that's the way games go these days. If you build up a connection to any character, they're gonna get shot. And also, I apologize if my voice sounds weird. My allergies are fucking killing me this week. They're like literally bending me over and fucking me in the ass. So that's no fun. But E3 was very fun this year. So yeah, Detroit Become Human. I don't know if Detroit's ever gonna be human again with all the fucking gang violence going on there. Won't ever rival Chicago, but still, pretty bad place. So maybe they wouldn't benefit from some androids. And next was the epic trailer for the God of War reboot, and I was really fucking blown away when I saw this, because not only was nobody expecting it, like usually trailers of that, significance, like a fucking God of War trailer, they leak beforehand, like people find out about them, or you basically know what's gonna happen. Like the Resident Evil 7 virtual reality trailer, everybody knew that was coming. People weren't exactly blown away. They were impressed, but they weren't blown away because, of course, they had it in the back of their mind, like, hey, here it comes. In turn, that type of anticipation probably lessened the shock value when they saw it. But God of War, that blew everybody the fuck away. And also, Kratos is so fucking powerful, right? He just gives so few fucks about what the gods want, about what the underworld can do to him, about, like, what these emperors and rulers are doing. He actually changed mythologies. Yeah, that's right. This new one, it looks like it's Norse mythology because there are trolls. The layout seems to be extremely snowy. There are dragons, and actually dragons are more of a Norse thing than a Greek thing. Greek, it was more drakes and sea monsters and shit like that, or more like epic monsters like Arachne, and more like, I don't know, flamboyant monsters. Is that a thing? I don't know. But this looks fucking awesome, and also they more or less decided to do a whole Last of Us route because Kratos now has a son, I think, potentially, and the son is a fucking idiot and wouldn't even like kill a troll that tried to kill him like 5 seconds ago. And Kratos is like, ah, you fucking disgrace boy, but I'll teach you, because I'm fucking Kratos. And also, if I know anything about God of War games, that kid is going to die in extremely horrible and heart-wrenching fashion. Alright, now let's move on to the next game on our list. Let's see, what do we want to talk about? There was so many fucking games. Yes. Let's go over to Xbox. Let's see what they got. They had Dead Rising 4. Like I said, another fresh zombie game to go on with State of Decay 2, which is another zombie game. They don't seem to be short on ideas over there at the game devs, Sony Santa Monica, or Microsoft, or Ubisoft Montreal for that matter. God. And a game that they did pull out that I was really impressed by was Sea of Thieves. Now, it's more or less a online pirate sim. You get to do all your fucking awesome pirate shit. You get to raid other players. You get to build up your crew. It's like Assassin's Creed 4 with a much more lighter tone. But this is the big thing that drew me in. It's developed by Rare, the fucking geniuses behind Viva Pinata. And if you haven't played Viva Pinata, then you're a fucking heretic and you need to get the fuck out of my sight. Because that game is amazing. Viva Pinata 2 was pretty good. I liked it, but Viva Pinata, the original one, holy shit. Simply orgasmic. Like, I get aroused every time I just look at that cover and see that cute little fudge hog. It's amazing. And also, they brought out their heavy hitter of Gears of War 4. All the big fours coming out this year. 4 for 4, right? Gears of War 4, you have a father-son relationship there too, but instead of like, a nurturing thing like Kratos, the bloodthirsty psychopath showing his son how to hunt, you just have like Marcus Phoenix and his son being like, yeah, I'm gonna go kill some aliens. Bam. So yeah, gonna be a lot of emotional development there. Now next, let's move on to a few of the not the major developers and publishers, because I know I'll touch on Nintendo for a second, but they only had two really big things that stood out to me was Legend of Zelda: The Wildlands, or Breath of the Wild. Yeah, no, let's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Very, very different games. Yeah, Tom Clancy's Legend of Zelda. Link, put the gun down. No, I'm gonna do it for my country, Zelda. You can't talk me out of it. By God, he just called the airstrike in on himself. I love Tom Clancy. He writes some really good fucking novels. But yeah, Breath of the Wild looked really good. Because it's a Zelda game, and Zelda games are really good. Like, that's how you know. And as soon as I see that kid in the green, I know this game's gonna be fucking awesome. And it also has the trademark emotional voice acting style of Link. Because of course Link does not talk. Ever. And then they also debuted some new stuff for Pokemon Sun and Moon. They gave some more background on the Alola region. I assume it means like it's a takeoff of Aloha, because the whole area seems to be a takeoff of Hawaii and the Hawaiian Islands. And yeah, a lot of Pokemon going on. Good Pokemon shit going on over there. Probably gonna pick that game up when it comes out, because it looked honestly really good. And of course they have Litten. And as you know, all the kids love to get lit. So why not would you want to get lit? What better way to get lit than with Litten? That's what I'm gonna name him. It's fucking lit. That'll be his name. Go! It's fucking lit! Get you bring the booze. Alright. So, now after Xbox, Ubisoft and Bethesda and Nintendo. Yeah, fuck. We just talked about fucking Nintendo. I'm an idiot. Bethesda and Ubisoft after showed off some really cool games. We saw the South Park Fractured Butthole. That name's amazing. Trailer from Ubisoft, and it was great. Took shots at Marvel, DC, and J.J. Abrams. It's fucking hilarious. I'd go check that out if I were you. Our true masters and heroes, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, coming again to save us. My God, I love both those men. I'd suck both their dicks for free. You heard it here first. And then Bethesda showed off Dishonored 2, which looks awesome. And also, people will be happy because it has a female protagonist. Yeah! But of course, this female protagonist actually has like a reason to be there, and we have a connection to her because it's like, you know, she was in the previous game, so it makes sense. Rey from Star Wars, and you know her power level looks pretty good, so she's probably not a Mary Sue. Just putting that out there. Just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Don't quote me on anything. And in addition, Ubisoft also showed out Watch Dogs 2, the game nobody asked for, but actually looks like a fucking hipster Grand Theft Auto. That's a bit of the vibe I got from it. I know some other people have gotten that vibe as well. I've seen that phrase thrown around a few times. So if they can pull that off, more power to them. I mean, the last one wasn't as much of a fucking mess as people thought it was. It was an overhyped mess, but it wasn't that much of an overhyped mess. You know, it was like Batman vs Superman. People were like, "Wow, I wanted a lot more from this," but you got more than people thought they got, yeah, if that makes any sense at all. And you know, Watch Dogs didn't kill one of your favorite childhood characters. But anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. Holy shit, I fucking love the Mass Effect franchise. I would go into battle any day for Commander Shepard. You know. Hi, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite game on the Citadel. Shepard's still a jerk. Punch that fucking reporter. But yeah, all the great things from that game. I love that trilogy. It's fucking amazing. Mass Effect 3, I actually never beat. Because at the ending, I just couldn't bring myself to play through that ending. And experience whatever the fuck it was. But I'm really happy to see this. I hope Shepard or one of the old crew is in the game somehow. I'm gonna cry. Anyway, that brings this video to an end. And remember, protect your fucking healers. Have a nice day, kids.